Hello and welcome to this Liverpool news roundup here on Anfield Agenda. My name is Connor and I'm going to take you through all of the latest Liverpool news after Liverpool secured all 3 points last night in Italy at the Giuseppe Meazza, a 1-0 win against Inter Milan in what was a more solid display from the Reds. Still some problems there, but look, we're on the up and up. It's a good result and let's go from there. Before we get into it, please do hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, you know the drill at this point, hit all the buttons and let's jump straight into the news. So look, let's start with the game last night. Liverpool of course got a blatant penalty, 100% stonewall penalty, a horror challenge on Florian Wirtz. I don't know how people are arguing about this. Yeah, look, it was probably the softest penalty I've ever seen in my life, but then again, we got robbed with the Kanate header to be fair, so look, it did balance out. I can fully understand why the Inter players and the Inter fans were giving out about the penalty because that was very, very soft, wasn't it? Let's be honest, that was never a penalty in my opinion. But look, Dominic Szoboszlai stood up, he stuck it in. He always goes left with penalties and he still got it in somehow. So look, 1-0 win, we will absolutely take that. It's the first time Inter Milan haven't scored at home in donkey's years. I can't remember the stat exactly, but it's been a long, long time since that has happened. And just a more solid performance all round from the Reds. Like, there are still issues, of course, but look, 3 points is 3 points. 3 points on the board will do us no harm, and we have a very good chance now of finishing in the top 8 in the Champions League, which would be great, obviously. We won't have to play 2 extra games. The lads are already under enough workload as it is, so look, happy days. Hopefully we can secure the top 8, and yeah, a very solid performance last night from the Reds. Let's move on to the aftermath of last night's game then. So, Clarence Seedorf was doing an interview with Arne Slot after the game, and he said this: I believe that the team, the club, and the coach, when a player is hurt for whatever reason, right, wrong, or whatever, should make the first step and open the door for him to then see what is happening. This was my comment. And Arne Slot replied, okay, that's your opinion. And Slot did seem very much of the opinion that Salah should be coming to him to apologise, which I understand. In any other relationship in life, I think I would agree with this. Like, whoever has done the wrongdoing should be the one to come back and say, look, I shouldn't have done that, I'm sorry. But I think in this kind of situation, like, he's the manager of the football club. I think he should still be opening this dialogue. Like, he was even speaking in his press conference the other day and he was saying like all he did was basically in front of other people tell Mo he wasn't coming on the Italy trip. And sounds like he's a teacher there, the Italy trip, but you know what I mean. Like, surely to God, like, I'm not a football manager, but surely the first thing you do the following morning is you pull Mo aside, you go, look, can we have a chat, let's sit down, let's air out any grievances. If you want to have a go at me, do, shout at me, whatever, let's get it all out there in private, not in public, and then let's make a decision and see where we go from there. Like, it just, maybe I'm completely wrong on this, and please do feel free to let me know, but I feel like the last few weeks I've been thinking about more and more, and like, I just really think Arne Slot isn't a great man manager. Like, you see, like, the way he's handled a lot of the young fellas, like, they're all being fleeced out. Like, Harvey Elliott's been sent to Villa, no contact with him now while he's still struggling, and he's still a Liverpool player. Federico Chiesa has been left on the bench, like, without getting any minutes when he should be. Rio Ngamoha has been ignored. Salah now is saying he basically has no relationship with the manager. Like, it's just, it all just does paint a picture to me that Arne Slot doesn't seem to be much of a man manager. And even that report from Chris Williams as well, who said that Johnny Heitinga, of course, leaving was a big thing to a lot of the senior players as they had a stronger bond with him rather than Arne Slot. And I think it does paint a picture, like I said, that Slot just doesn't really have that, I don't know, that connection with the players or just the man management skills, like I said. But look, I'm not going to go in on the manager today. Like, we got 3 points last night, fair enough. He put out a team that got the result done and he done a good job in fairness. So look, props to him on that one. But yeah, please do let me know, like, who should be the first one to come and speak, because like, I do agree Salah should be apologising for doing it publicly, but then again, it is Arne's job to manage these situations and make sure everyone still feels included. So please do let me know what your thoughts on that one is. Very funny timing this morning, actually. So I opened up my phone earlier and I see BBC Sport have tweeted, from rural Egypt to the world stage, our new Mo Salah documentary charts the Liverpool forwards rise to the top. What impeccable timing that is. Like, BBC releasing a Mo Salah documentary right in the middle of all of this. That is absolutely chef's kiss. That is perfect timing, isn't it? Like, it's just so typical that something like that would happen. I haven't watched it yet, of course, but I probably will give it a watch. So it is available on the BBC iPlayer if you do want to check it out. Not sponsored by BBC, but I just thought I had to bring that one to you this morning. Sticking with Salah for another minute then, so like, there's been a lot of reports obviously that he might leave in January. There's been lots of clubs linked with him, and this coming from Gulf News says that Saudi Arabia is prepared to do whatever it can to bring Liverpool and Egypt forward Mohamed Salah to the Saudi Pro League in January. Now, I have absolutely no doubt that that is true, that they would want to bring him in January, but I think this situation will be resolved. I just think it will. Like, you see Steven Gerrard coming out today basically saying that he thinks like Salah will regret what he said. He will apologise for going too far with it and stuff, and I just think it ultimately will work out. I think both Salah and Slot probably will leave by the end of the season. Like, I think maybe this summer we could see Salah leave, or maybe not. Maybe if Slot goes in the meantime, maybe he does stay. But I think short term it will get resolved. I don't think Salah's going to leave in January, to be honest. And I think even if he did leave, I think he himself, like, he's not going to be that frustrated at not playing and wanting to help the team that much that he wants to go off to the Saudi league. I think in his mind he's far too good for that, and I would agree. Like, he's by no means a finished footballer. Like, he doesn't need to be heading off to Saudi just yet. Another year or two maybe, but I think even if he did leave in January, he would be eyeing up something like a PSG, an Inter Milan even, just like a good team. Like, I think he's above the Saudi Pro League still. He will get ridiculous amounts of money to go to Saudi, I've no doubt about that. I know Saudi really do see him as like this big beacon of hope, and they want him to be like the poster boy of the league and stuff, but I don't think we're there just yet. Look, maybe it will happen, maybe it won't. If the club get offered, let's say, £100 million for Mohamed Salah at this point, they will probably accept it, but then it comes down to the player. Would he want to go to Saudi or not? Do let me know on that one as well. Would you think he'd go? I think it's too early still. I think another year or two and he will head out there. But I think in his mind he's too good to be playing in Saudi. And if he does leave, which I don't think he will in January, I think it will be some other European club. So do let me know on that one. To finish up then, we have a story around Alisson Becker, and this is coming from Sasha Tavolieri, who said AC Milan have made a move for Liverpool goalkeeper Alisson Becker. Milan have opened talks with the Brazilian goalkeeper's camp, making it clear they want to move fast. The timing could work perfectly, with Liverpool prepared to sanction a transfer next summer as he enters the final year of his deal. Now, Sasha Tavolieri wouldn't exactly be the top of my list of reliable journalists, but I think there is some sense in the theory that he could move in the summer. I think Liverpool, of course, bringing in Georgi Mamardashvili to replace Alisson Becker long term, will be in there thinking, they'll be thinking if we can get a decent fee for Alisson Becker with a year left in his contract, he has been picking up a lot of injuries lately and stuff. It could be a case of like, look, there's 20 million or whatever amount of money, there's no money mentioned in this article, but let's say the 15, 20 million on the table for Alisson Becker. Do we ship him off? Do we get some money in for him? And then look to bring Mamardashvili in as our number one, which, look, it could happen. I ultimately would want to keep Alisson Becker, but I could understand the thinking if that is what the club want to do. But whether Alisson Becker would want to leave or not is another question. But I think ultimately the club would accept a decent fee for him if it did come around. So look, one to keep an eye on. AC Milan, I could see that. I could see him going back to Italy, to be fair. I think he probably will end up back in Brazil at some point as well later on in his career. But look, do let me know what you think on that one. I would want to keep him, but I could fully understand the decision if the club did want to go down that route. That's all from me this morning anyway. If you have enjoyed the video, please do hit the like button, hit the subscribe button before you head out. Craig will be back with a video in the afternoon, and then live, of course, this evening from 8:45. So please do keep an eye out for that one. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you very soon.